No citizenship for foreign home buyers. Police lockups to come under video surveillance. Good evening, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. The government has given its assurance that citizenship will not be granted to foreigners who buy unsold luxury homes through the Malaysia My Second Home or MM2H program. Instead, Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said the government had only planned to offer a 10-year visa to potential buyers under certain conditions.
Dan saya baru je bercakap tadi dan apakah condition untuk membuatkan Malaysia My Second Home dalam erti kata kalau nak mereka belilah dia kena tunjuk kata aset, liquid asset. Tak perlu, tak ada my card, tak ada PR, tak ada apa yang dijanjikan. Dan juga kalau ni dia ada 10-year visa saja yang mana yang dapat My Second Home, Malaysia Second Home. Kalau saya fikirkan itu boleh dimasukkan dalam program itulah cadangan itu ya.
Jadi dia hanya menggunakan visa saja selama 10 tahun?
Ya, visa saja. Dan dia kena tunjuk bahawa dia mampu dengan ada liquidity asset supaya dia dapat memberikan sumbangan kepada negara kita.
However, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah noted that the proposal has yet to be discussed at the Cabinet. Recently, Housing and Local Government Minister Zuraida Kamarudin proposed a home ownership campaign for foreign buyers under the MM2H or My Malaysia Second Home to resolve the issue of unsold luxury homes as part of efforts to restore the country's economy. Inspector General Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Badur today gave his assurance that stern action will be taken against any individual or group with alleged links to the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam or LTTE. The IGP was commenting on an incident where a group of people in Pulau Pinang were believed to be parading banners with the LTTE logo and photo of its founder.
Perbuatan yang sekiranya benarlah mengagung-agungkan satu pertubuhan pengganas yang di luar negara ini. Amat tidak kena dengan negara kita lah. Tak sepatutnya berlaku. So ini video lama sebenarnya. Video lama. So saya akan ambil tindakan yang sewajarnya. Banyak lagi kes-kes ya. Bukan sekadar kes video yang viral ini. Bagaimana saya katakan tadi, tidak ada lagi amaran, tidak ada amaran. Saya akan ambil tindakan pada sesiapa saja yang menimbulkan isu-isu yang ada kaitan dengan menghasut isu-isu kekauman, keagamaan dan juga untuk mencemarkan institusi raja tadi ya.
Now, commenting on the use of body cameras on law enforcement officers, Tan Sri Abdul Hamid said he agrees to its implementation as the move will address cases of alleged abuse by law enforcers. He said there had been situations where enforcement officers were accused of giving rough treatment, so such cameras would be able to help determine whether accusations made against enforcement officers were based on facts or mere allegations. The IGP said he welcomed the proposal by Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and hoped the rule will be implemented as soon as possible.
Kita sendiri pun banyak membuat permohonan-permohonan untuk upgrade equipment yang diperlukan oleh pihak polis agar mereka dapat menjalankan tugasan di bawah dengan lebih cekap, sempurna dan terlindung daripada fitnah-fitnah ni tadi. So di waktu yang sama pengumuman oleh YBPM itu amat baik kerana dengan pelaksanaan penggunaan body cam ni tadi ya akan dapat mencegah satu pada saya ialah fitnah.
Yesterday, Tun Dr. Mahathir said the government had agreed to implement the use of body cameras on law enforcement officers such as police, immigration and customs to overcome issues of misconduct, as there have been various allegations of misconduct by officers on duty. A total of 756 police station lockups will be equipped with closed-circuit television or CCTV cameras to monitor detainees' activities and prevent police misconduct. Now, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Dato' Liew Wee Keong, said with a budget of 73 million ringgit, the installation of these CCTV cameras would be completed later this year.
Ini memerlukan peruntukan yang amat besar dan walau bagaimanapun pihak kerajaan telah pun meluluskan peruntukan untuk membinakan CCTV di semua lokap di negara ini. Saya telah pun difahamkan bahawa kita terdapat ada 756 lokap di seluruh negara dan ini akan mengadakan implikasi kewangan yang amat besar, tetapi untuk pastikan bahawa keselamatan semua yang dalam lokap dalam balai ini dapat diberikan, maka kerajaan telah pun setuju untuk meluluskan peruntukan ini.
Datuk Liew also voiced the government's concerns over security issues involving lockups in courts and that CCTV cameras would also be installed in the area for the similar purposes. The government has also allocated 100 million ringgit for repair works on police quarters and offices, which will commence once the contractors have received their appointment letters by the end of this month. Datuk Liew told this to reporters after visiting the Central Brigade of the General Operations Force, or PGA, in Cheras today. The High Court in the 1 million ringgit graft trial of Datuk Sri Tengku Adnan Tengku Mansor heard today that he had received about 39,000 ringgit in monthly salaries and allowances as Federal Territories Minister and Putrajaya MP from 2013 until last year. Damanhuri Noor from the Parliament and Constitution Affairs section of the Prime Minister's Department said Datuk Sri Tengku Adnan, popularly known as Kunan, was paid 14,907 ringgit 20 cents in salary and another 24,302 ringgit for being a Member of Parliament. Daman was called by the prosecution to prove that Kunan was a public officer at the time when he allegedly received corrupt money in return for a favour. When reading the opening statement, Deputy Public Prosecutor Julia Ibrahim said witnesses would testify that the accused received 1 million ringgit to assist in approving the application of Nucleus Property Syndrome Berhad, now known as Paragon City Development Syndrome Berhad, to increase the industrial plot ratio of a piece of land at Jalan Semarang. Several applications and appeals to the Urban Planning Department of Kuala Lumpur City Hall, or DBKL, for the plot ratio to be raised were turned down, but approval was finally given by DBKL, which came under Kunan's ministerial portfolio. Julia said Kunan had assisted Nucleus Properties to obtain approval by receiving the money from property developer Tan Eng Boon, who was fined 1.5 million ringgit earlier this week for abetting. Julia said it would be shown that Tan was the director of Nucleus Properties and Paragon City. She said the prosecution would rely on direct circumstantial and documentary evidence and a presumption under Section 50, Subsection 1 of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) Act to show that the accused received the money. The corruption trial of Datuk Sri Bong Mukhtar Radin and his wife Datin Sri Zizi Izzat Abdul Samad will commence next January. Sessions Court Judge Rosina Ayub today fixed 23 days for the hearing. When met after today's proceedings, Deputy Public Prosecutor Alan Suman Pillay say they had handed over all relevant documents to the defence team. On May 3rd, the outspoken Kinabatangan Member of Parliament pleaded not guilty at the Sessions Court to 3 counts of receiving a total of 2.8 million ringgit in bribes. This was to enable Felcra Berhad to make a 150 million ringgit investment in the unit trust products of Public Mutual Berhad. According to the first charge, Datuk Sri Bong Mukhtar, then Felcra non-executive chairman, is alleged to have accepted a 2.2 million ringgit bribe in cash from Public Mutual's investment agent Madi Abdul Hamid, 38, through Zizi Izzat. A second charge accused Datuk Sri Bung Mukhtar of taking for himself a bribe of 262,500 ringgit in cash from the same individual, Mahdi, through an account of the bank's investment product Public Islamic Treasures Growth Fund, or PITGF, registered under the name of ZZEZ for the same purpose. Datuk Sri Bung Mukhtar is also accused of taking for himself a bribe of 337,500 ringgit from Public Mutual's investment agent Nur Haili Ahmad Mukhtar, 42, through a Public Ethical Sequel Fund, or PITSEQ account, also registered under the name of ZZEZ for the same purpose. Both offences were allegedly committed on 19th of June 2015. Actress and producer ZZEZ pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of abetting her husband on the same offences at the same place, dates and times. A cloud seeding operation was carried out in several areas in Sarawak today with the help of a C-130 Hercules belonging to the Royal Malaysian Aircraft or Royal Malaysian Air Force, RMAF. Sarawak Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Douglas Ungar Embas said the 3-day operation would be conducted in Kuching, Kota Samarahan, Serian, Sri Aman, Betong, Saratok, Sarike, Kanoit, Sibu, Muka, Sematan and Bau. Commenting on the haze issue, Dato' Amar Douglas proposed the setting up of more surveillance stations in the state in order to get a more accurate air pollutant index reading. He said this to reporters after observing the preparations of the cloud seeding operation at Kuching RMAF Air Base today. Meanwhile, Sarawak Branch Meteorological Department Deputy Director Senior Rovina Urban Sinyao said analysis showed that large clouds were expected to form every evening, including today at about 1 p.m. Sinyao explained that cloud seeding would be conducted from a height of 4,500 to 7,000 feet. Sinyao also said that there are 20 to 30% chance of finding suitable clouds to create rain in Sri Aman. Now, the Army says that they are ready to help extinguish the peat soil and undergrowth fires in Sri Aman in Sarawak that are partly the reason for the air quality there to have gone above 400 as per the Air Pollutant Index API reading. Now, Eastern Field Commander Datuk Wira Zamros Mohammad Zain said the Army is just waiting for the go-ahead to mobilise its personnel. Commenting further, Datuk Wira said the operation comes under the special duties of the Malaysian Armed Forces, adding that when it comes to natural disasters, the coordination is carried out by the National Disaster Management Agency, or NADMA. He spoke to reporters after the Warriors Day event and the handing over of donations to 31 injured soldiers in Kuching, Sarawak. About 120 veteran officers also participated in the event. A cloud seeding operation has been scheduled for today in that division. Now, surgical masks are ineffective in protecting the user during haze. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, said although the price of the N95 mask is slightly higher compared to surgical masks, but it definitely serves the purpose as it has 95% filter efficiency. Now, as such, the people are encouraged to use the N95 mask to provide maximum protection during haze. In a statement, NIOSH explained that the standard of N95 mask was internationally recognized as it can filter particles as small as 0.3 micron, which is the most difficult particle size for a filter to capture. It assured that N95 provides adequate protection against fine particles present in smoke and haze. As such, to encourage the use of proper masks, NIOSH today distributed the N95 masks around Putrajaya, Selangor and Negeri Sembilan. Let's take a look at several areas with the highest API readings as at 6 p.m. today. The mental health health has become a major issue in the country as cases related to the illness have shown an increase recently. Women, Family and Community Development Deputy Minister Hannah Yeoh says if the illness is not curbed, there may be an increase of 30% of mental health patients in the country in the next 10 years if no precautions is taken. Elaborating further on the matter, Hannah stressed that it is important for families, especially parents, to play an important role to provide moral support and guidance to their children at homes.
Hardly spoken of in the
Untuk pihak majikan, kalau boleh, lebih pentingkan, utamakan polisi di mana kita nak mereka ada work-life balance lah. Ada tempat untuk, masa untuk bekerja, ada masa untuk berekreasi. Dan masa untuk keluarga itu sangat penting kerana kesihatan mental sekarang adalah isu di kalangan kanak-kanak yang kita lihat lah. Jadi kalau boleh, kita nak setiap hari Ahad, kita fokus itu hari keluarga.
The minister said this at the launch of mental health insurance coverage by Etika at the federal capital. Meanwhile, Hannah said her ministry is working together with the health ministry to offer various assistance related to the illness. Among the initiatives implemented include telephone hotline and counselling sessions, among others.
Congratulations.
Now, the big question in the redevelopment plan of Kampung Baru is whether to retain Malay ownership of land in Kampung Baru while at the same time develop the area into a modern and integrated settlement. Now, it must be noted that Kampung Baru cannot be left out of the rapid development in Kuala Lumpur, but the efforts to redevelop must also take into consideration a modern enclave with a better living environment that can house an increased number of Malays in the city. The main obstacle to the development plan would be land acquisition, and the authorities need to ensure land valuation is not excessive and affordable so that it can maintain a racial balance within the city. But it is not just about money. There is also the issue of nostalgia, where Kampung Baru holds sentimental value and fond memories for many who had been living there all their lives. One of them is Aziza Muhammad Saleh, 74, or popularly known among Kampung Baru folks as Mak Cak.
Dia suka juga kat sini. Dia pasal apa sini memang bersesuaian dengan kita punya pendapatan kita, keuangan kita, memang bersesuaian dengan cara kita hidup kita. Kalau dah pergi sana, kita cara hidup kita dah berubah tau.
Kampung Baru covers 6 city-based villages, namely Kampung Periuk, Kampung Masjid, Kampung Atas A, Kampung Atas B, Kampung Hujung Pasir, Kampung Paya and Kampung Pindah. It was gazetted on the 12th of January 1900 and later administrated under the Malay Agricultural Settlement of 1950. It must be noted that the people of Kampung Baru do not deny that it is time for redevelopment of the area, but they also want the plan to be fair to all. Now, efforts to assist women in the B40 group to become more independent and successful entrepreneurs are now not only the sole responsibility of the government. Various NGOs and the private sector have also joined in to help empower single mums, widows and disadvantaged women gain access to entrepreneurial development programs to operate and expand their businesses. Now, one company that has made a big stride is Edra Power Holdings Indra Berhad, which had been partnering an NGO, Women of Will, or WOW, for the last 3 years. Assistant Vice President for Group Public Affairs at Edra, Jennifer Aliyah Wong, said the partnership between Edra and WOW has seen these women improving tremendously, earning more and helping their families and their communities. In fact, the partnership has led to the creation of the WOW Community Kitchen, which helped the women go beyond basic activities such as baking to inculcate skills in packaging and marketing. This has also led to the introduction of WOW's baked products under the name of WOWlicious.
With the community kitchen, these women bakers are able to bake, even they can actually focus on baking cookies throughout the whole year and targeting festive seasons. We are actually very happy that there is a lot of improvement in terms of these ladies, in terms of their baking skills, and we hope to continue to support them and build a better future for them.
Meanwhile, WOW Community Kitchen Manager for PPR Batu Muda in Sentul, Sushila Sabaratnam, said they have received a lot of inquiries and offers from corporate companies interested in joining the Community Kitchen program.
With more corporate orders, it's more income to the ladies as they're working longer hours, and it's also development for them because they're learning something new, which they can do the corporate orders and also take home to do it for their own families.
Sensational 17-year-old striker Luqman Hakeem Samsudin, who shone for Malaysia at the recent ASEAN Football Federation Under-18 Championship, will be playing professional football in Belgium. Now, he will sign a 5-year contract with Belgium's KV Kortrijk and will join them next year. Club owner Tan Sri Vincent Tan, who is also the owner of English League club Cardiff City, said the Kelantan-born Luqman Hakeem will start training with Cardiff City from January next year before signing on as the first ever professional Malaysian player in the Europe top division upon reaching 18 years old next March.
He must be disciplined to perform, disciplined to do the right thing. He must have the discipline to train hard. And with that, and if you work hard, got the right attitude, the coach or the manager will definitely want to play him and let him start.
Luqman is a product of Ministry of Youth Sport's own National Football Development Programme, or NFDP, since 2014, and was known as a prolific scorer with an abundance of talent. Meanwhile, Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Abdul Rahman, who was also present at the press conference, said if Luqman succeeds, he would pave the way for more Malaysian players, especially from NFDP, to ply their trade in Europe and help lift Malaysia's football rankings. And that's it from us. In our top story, no citizenship for foreign home buyers under MM2H program. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for joining us.